Welcome to Between the Lines, the Journeyman's Tales. Good afternoon. Well, last week was incredibly frustrating. I'd packed all the van up, was just about to leave the house, and came through on Facebook that the lake had been closed because the fish were spawning, and the lake was closed all week, which is only right and proper. My frustration is my problem, but the fish have obviously had a good spell to get their second lot, I think it was, second lot spawning out of the way. They've had a good time to rest as well since the spawning, so that's just good management. And I was away at the weekend with Beloved and spent a lovely Saturday afternoon watching carp swimming up and down the Thames at Henley. And some quite nice fish actually. One or two obvious mid doubles, but there was one that I'm not quite sure I got on film. Was a really good 20, possible low 30. Big stomach on it. Anyway, it's Monday, managed to get up to the local syndicate. It's quite busy, as you would expect, because everybody's gone bang on having some of that. The lake's open, I think it opened yesterday afternoon. So there's quite a few people already here by the time I got there. But I've got a swim that I haven't fished before, but it is a reasonable swim as far as I'm aware. I've done my usual, put some spot out. Put about a kilo of crumb boilie, half boilie, 10 millers, mixed in with a couple of spoonfuls of hemp. That's gone out a few hours ago now. Put the camp up, rest the swim obviously while I'm putting the camp up, and then, I don't know, about half an hour ago, put the rods out. I think one of the guys I spoke to earlier this morning when I arrived had a 30 this morning, and a couple had come out in the night, so if nobody's been fishing for them, no boat's been going in for a week, it should fish reasonably well. Anyway, I'll get back to you as soon as something exciting happens. Oh, and there's one just rolled over the bait. Happy days. Well, that was a very quiet night, yet again. There were some fish moving around the area and sticking their heads out before it got dark, but not on the baited area. Did try zigging for a couple of hours, but nothing came of that. So put a little bit more spot out and then put the baits back on the bottom for the night, and had a good night's sleep. First thing this morning it was flat calm, and big sun, but it's clouding up a bit now, and there's a bit more of a breeze, which I much prefer when it's this warm. But we're pushing into midday now, so I'm going to finish this coffee, put out a little bit more spot and refresh the rods, and hope something picks up this afternoon. Didn't hear any buzzers going off last night, so whether anything came out, I've no idea. Certainly didn't come out for me. Anyway, we'll stick it out for a little bit longer. Well, we're coming at the last evening. Nothing to report on the fish front, apart from the fact that they've been showing all over the place. Apart from over the baited area, tried putting a bait on the surface for them, they weren't having that. I tried zigging around the place for them, they weren't having that, so put some more spot out. I'm fishing 2 rods over the spot towards the island, and I've got the left-hand rod now falling short. I've just scattered baits around that in the area or in the vicinity that they've been rolling and topping, and hope at some point they go down and feed. Last night, last knockings, we'll see. Well, that was another incredibly quiet night on the runs front. Fish were showing all over the place, all over the swim next door, but absolutely nothing coming in it. I don't think they seriously got their heads down after spawning, although it seems to be just the odd fish coming out anyway. I hate blanking, and I'm going home. I've had enough, so till next time, cheers for now. Well, the last couple of days have been a bit manic. I spent most of the time driving up and down the motorway, trying to find a water with a bit of space to it. Eventually got to Oxford, and fortunately it isn't ridiculously busy, so I managed to get into a corner of the lake where I've been before, and I've had some good success at this time of year. It's a bit weedier than I've fished it before, but nevertheless, I found some spots. Two of the rods are fished off to my left into a silty gully off a reed bed, and the right hand rod is fished straight out onto the back of a gravel hump. Put a bit of spot out on each, and I'm absolutely knackered now. So I'm going to sit down, make myself a brew and chill out for the rest of the afternoon, and hopefully something will turn up fairly quickly. Purely for morale, something needs to happen. Of course, there's a lot of bloody weeding close there, I didn't notice. Oh, it's all caught up around his dorsal. That doesn't look good. It's caught up on the other rod as well. Happy days, not. Take your time, Jennings. It's not that big. Go on, you little beast. There you go. There we go. £19.14. Almost there, but who cares? Only a couple of hours really after getting the baits in. Off to a cracking start. Always good to get one under your belt. And I think she found every weed bed in front of me on the way in. Excellent, excellent start. Fantastic. Let's get her back and get some more. You little beauty. Come on, baby. There we go. First one in the dark for a while now. It's about 11:45. 21 pound, 4 ounces. Absolutely thrilled with that one. Get a quick shot on the other side and then get her back up. Whoa, steady girl. How about that? It's got a bit of a cut on that side, put some antiseptic on her. It should be good. Excellent. Good morning. Well, the session got off to a cracking start with that 19. Got slightly better. About 11, 11:45 with a nice humpty back fat 21 pounder. Probably what I would call an Italian strain back in the day. Had a few sores on it, mind you, which I treated. And then the rest of the night was quite quiet. The first thing this morning, just it was getting light. Had a feisty little male tench on the right hand rod. All of the fish have come from the reed bed, the rod straight out in front of me over the back of the gravel bars and produced anything, no twitches or anything. I put a bit more spot out after the tench, and it's gone fairly quiet for the moment. Hopefully things will pick up again. The clouds are beginning to clear a bit, skies are beginning to blue. There's a nice little quite refreshing southwesterly breeze coming in now and again. Conditions look really good, and there are some fish showing around the place, not necessarily over the baited area, but hopefully something's going to pass through again and get their heads down and feed, because it seems really good for it. Anyway, when it kicks off, I'll be back with you. Well, it's been a long old day, nothing since that tench early this morning. So I put in quite a bit of spod over the left hand and middle rod, and I'm going to move the right hand rod over towards that area, not quite as far, just over the far side of a weed bed. I've just put the deeper over it and found some small clear spot, so I'm going to put a bag over that. There was a bit of bubbling going on there yesterday evening, and we'll take it from there. But it's coming up to yesterday's bite time, if that means anything, I don't know. And I'll leave the baits alone till then. I'll refresh the rods later on before night, and keep fingers crossed, hope for the best. I mean, if you're going to get something from the water like this, it needs to be a bit bigger. Well, hopefully it's going to be a bit bigger than what I've been getting anyway. So, speak to you later. Oh yeah, I've picked that up and gone straight in the weed. Come on, baby, keep moving. Come on. Keep moving. Let's try and get the waders on, I think. Can't see it now. Going behind a tree. grating weed, is there? There you go. The miles just pale into insignificance. £38, 10 ounces. Thrilled is an understatement. An absolute understatement. That's kind of redeemed myself a bit. Although I do beat myself up when I don't catch, but I think that's a winner. Let's have a quick look on the other side. Getting old, man, getting old. There we go. How about that? Sorry. Whoa. Sorry about the heavy breathing, but it's a result of the treatment, I'm afraid. But small price to pay. Absolutely wonderful. Let's get her back, eh? Yeehaw! There we go. It's about 1 o'clock. Haven't been to sleep yet. Got top hats running around all over the place. In the bivvy, out the bivvy, causing chaos. Thank God for this. £21, 6 ounces. Keep my mind off them. This one came on the middle rod, so it's just the right hand rod. We haven't had anything on yet, but still some more time left. Happy days. Let's get her back. Oh, this one led me a right merry dance. He's obviously got the intention of still doing the same. There we Yeah, 19.5 pounds. Went straight into the reed beds. I think it was too dark for me to see. I think it went into the reeds. Took about half an hour, a bit of give and take to get him back out again. There he is. Thank you very much. Happy days. Right, let's get this one back. Get a bit of bait in. Ready for the dawn session. Well, what a crazy night that was. There were top hats rushing about all over the front of the swim, rushing into the bivvy, causing absolute chaos. My nerves are jangling. It was ridiculous. Unfortunately, about 12 o'clock, had a run on the middle rods with a nice 21 pounder, which brought a bit of light relief. And then I was trying to get some sleep listening to an audio book, but you could still hear them scuttling around underneath the bed chair. But fortunately, 3 o'clock, the left-hand rod went off. I managed to get out as quickly as I could to it, but it decided to head straight into the reeds on the far side there. It took me about half an hour to get it out, but I managed to do so. So that was a bit of luck. And I've been awake ever since. I put some more bait out, and it's gone a bit quiet since it's got light. But hopefully something will turn up again later on. I'm going to stay for the third night, push me luck a bit. Can never have too many, can you really? Anyway, fingers crossed something will turn up later on. Well, that was a blistering take, right out of the blue. It's so weedy out there. They're going through about 2 or 3 weed beds on the first run. But at least this one seems to be kiting over to the right. There's a lot of silkweed hanging on the line. She's putting a lot of weight on things. And that's got some of it off. We're going to get it to come this way, have I got to get... Oh, damn it. They do like to kite off into that corner. And there is a big bank of weed down there. Keep coming, come on. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Ooh. Keep up now. No, not that way, this way. No. Come on. Come on. I'm not in a bloody tree now. Come on. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, 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 yes. First fish from the right hand rod, which I moved on to a spot where the other ones have been coming from, and on a new rig. Another one of Steve Renyard's split rig. And an incredibly pretty 21 pound 2 ounces. Happy days. Oh, she's hurting my back. Here we are. Pretty little thing. Absolutely marvellous. Let's get her back, eh? Whoa! Well, it's the last evening, and as you've just seen, I've just had that 21 pound 2 ounces, I think it was, on a new rig. Another one of Steve Renyard's. It's called the split rig, and I was just sitting down watching some YouTube stuff while I was going through the heat wave part of the day and no bites were happening. Came across this rig. I thought, got nothing to lose, just tie up a couple and we'll give it a go. So I've moved the right hand rod onto the spot where all the fish have been coming from and made up this split rig, and it's all it is I'm using a curved hook. I don't think it really matters. You've got quite a large D on it. On that D are 2 ring swivels, and I've got a pop up on there and a bottom bait on there, so it actually sits on the bottom, something like that. And that's what's just had the fish. And when I'm putting it out, it's on a soft link, which is the pin down. You've seen all that before with me. And just put on the buoyant bag, which I've used before, with the floating foam in it. So it actually sits on the bottom till the PVA bag melts, and it'll just drop down nice and gently. And that's the one that's just done it. So one bored afternoon has produced a 21 pounder. Happy days. Well, unfortunately that was a very quiet night. Not even the rats were running around last night for some reason or other. It was a bit cooler. There were some stars around last night, but I mean that shouldn't have made a lot of difference. Anyway, ended up with 6 fish, 4 20s. So that's a successful trip in my book. Certainly makes up from last trip's blanking session, which I absolutely detest. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll catch you again soon. Cheers for now. straight into the bream here. Well, after the success of last week, I'm back out again. I'm at the local syndicate as the heat wave continues. Been here a few hours, done the usual, put out a bit of spod, and I've already had one bream, which doesn't particularly bode well, but it would appear that the carp have been coming out in the morning, so they're used to this incessant heat that we've been now in the middle of. It's supposed to be cool enough tomorrow, but I've just checked the weather forecast and they're saying it's going to be feeling like the mid-20s again. Anyway, fingers crossed that they might get their heads down during the course of the night, and I'll get back to you as soon as something kicks off. Well, good morning. Nothing to report in the night, very quiet, not even any bream. Did manage 3 of the little blighters before it got dark, but they seemed to sod off during the night, which was good. But nothing this morning. I think 1 or 2 fish have come out around the water, but not for me. I've repositioned the right-hand rod long over towards the lily bed to my right, in the hope they might pick up something from there. Anyway, as soon as it all kicks off, I'll get back to you. Here we go. Total carnage. Straight out one wee bed, into the next wee bed. And he's what? Unweighable. But you've got to be worth the picture because he caused so much destruction. Crazy man. Could have been 30 pounds heavier. Never mind, let's get her back, eh? Well, we're now into the second morning after another very quiet night. Even the rats were quiet last night. And I think it's time to call it a day. I'm going to work far too hard with fishing. My away form seems to be better than my home form at the moment. And if it wasn't for that scrappy little, I suppose about 8 pound, that took 3 blokes on a boat to land yesterday, we'll be talking about another blank, so at least we haven't blanked. And I thought the bobbin was on the move then. Yep, time to call it a day. Have a couple of weeks off now with the family time. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers for now.